Hello ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel. We are in the 2023 double cab SR5 TRD off-road, and we're going to take a little ride and talk. I've now had this vehicle for about 2 weeks, so I let the newness kind of wear off a little bit to talk about some of the things I like and dislike about this truck. And I'm going to tell you up front, right off the bat, there's a lot more good than bad, because I still feel like this is the new generation Tundra that I wish I bought right away. Sometimes less is more, and that is the case with this truck right here. I'm in love with it, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm shocked how much I actually like this truck. So very excited. Take a ride with me. Let's talk about some of the good, the bad, the ugly, and then of course I can't wait until you go down in the comments below and let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the double cab, the reason we got the double cab versus a Crew Max is I wanted to see, with this shortened cab for this new generation, what it would be like to own this, and so far so good. Stick with me, let's have a chat. Okay, so coming from a TRD Pro going into an SR5, did we lose a lot? Sure we did. We lost things like the pano roof, we lost the iForce Max engine, we lost a lot of the soft touch in here because there is a lot more plastic in this SR5 than there is in the TRD Pro. But does any of that really matter? No, not really. In fact, I'm extremely excited and happy with this truck. And I'm not just saying that. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you're just saying that to justify the loss. There really wasn't a loss. When I got in the Pro, don't get me wrong, I like the Pro. I think the Pro is awesome. I like the heritage of the Pro, following, you know, the old Ivan Stewart racing heritage of Toyota, with the, you know, the neat grille and the off-road suspension, the wheels, the tires. The Pro is awesome. But to be honest with you, the Pro is insanely expensive. So SR5 it was for me. I've had a bunch of SR5s. It never really mattered. One of the things I was thinking, you know, right before I made the purchase of the truck, which was to save a bunch of money, was, okay, well, I'll lose a lot of features, but at least I'm still driving a new generation Tundra, which at the end of the day, I want to get used to, I want to love, and I've always kind of been weird about it since I drove my first new gen Tundra, which I've driven quite a few of them. So when I hopped in this, you know, my expectations, I kept them kind of at a median level until I drove the truck around a lot. But with the double cab, just like last generation, we talked about this a few videos ago, it just feels like the truck is alive. It feels like it has a lot of pep and it's ready to go. The driving is just a different experience than any other new gen I've driven. It feels fantastic. The handling's great. The power is there. There is no fed-in engine noise. I never realized how much I didn't like the fed-in engine noise until I didn't have it anymore. Because to be honest with you, yeah, this is a twin turbo V6. A lot of us wanted a V8, but this engine actually sounds really good when you're listening to it without anything fed in. And of course you can add an exhaust if you want even more sound out of it, but it really does sound fine. It doesn't have the digital gauge cluster anymore. I'm cool. I don't need the digital gauge cluster. I like to think of myself as a less is more person, but this SR5 is loaded up so nice, I didn't even really feel like I'm losing too much. I got myself a cool little shelf here for the passenger on the dashboard, to where they could put their stuff when, you know, you have that passenger, where before that was just red, because the last truck I had was black with the red interior. This is all black in here. Everything flows together beautifully because the truck is black with a little bit of silver accenting here and there. This has the 20-inch TRD wheel and tire package from the Limited in 1794. This SR5 is built up right before Limited, and I know another question people will ask, and they do ask, is at this level of SR5, with all of the options this thing has, this is pretty much fully loaded as you could get with the SR5. Why not just go Limited, and what would you get from Limited? So in the Limited, you get things like the JBL. You have an option at a moonroof when you get into the double cab Limited, memory seats. It's things like that. But for me, that really didn't matter. That kind of stuff doesn't matter to me. Why double cab over Crew Max? There's a lot of different answers for this. Number one, let's talk channel first. I wanted to get into something, SR5, which is what everybody buys, what everybody can afford, and you know, that's pretty much proven at this point, because some of the numbers up there in the high trim Tundras are insane. But the SR5 was something I really wanted to be in when I realized there's no way I could keep paying that $70,000 marker on the TRD Pro. So I wanted to come down into reality, like I say, and I was able to lower my payment over $200, which is what I wanted to be. Real quick, as we get up to speed, the truck is more than fine as far as power. Sure, the iForce Max gives you more power, but this is just fine. Please keep that in mind. But when it came, to this, the little things that I didn't care about were things like, I never used my moonroof. I started to kind of take inventory of what I used with my vehicles. Was it cool to have all those extra features? Sure. Memory seats, never really used them. I'm really the only one who drives this truck, and when my wife does, I just move the seat back to where I can fit in it. So that was unnecessary. The pano roof, I think I opened it a total of 3 times in the ownership, and it was more the sunshade versus the actual roof. I just never used it enough. So stuff like that doesn't matter to me as much as I thought it did or would, okay, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, it just came down to double cab was something I wanted to show you guys. Everybody out there on YouTube has a Crew Max. So channel wise, I wanted to show you, after we've talked about how much the double cab has shrunk down, if it is possible to have this truck and not feel like, wow, I wish I got a Crew Max. So in the 2 or so weeks I've owned this truck, I don't feel that way at all. I don't use my backseat slot. I don't have backseat passengers all the time. If you do have backseat passengers all the time, I'm telling you right now, don't even look at a double cab, just go Crew Max. But we made a video the other day where I put the passenger seat into the position of how my wife would sit in the truck, and I was able to fit back there fine with no problem, and it wasn't uncomfortable, even though there were some comments saying, you look uncomfortable. I'm telling you, I wasn't uncomfortable. If there's something I don't like about this truck, or any Tundra, I'm going to tell you, all right? I'm trying to help you guys spend your money the way that I think you'll be most happy. So I'm gonna tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. No truck brand, car brand, anything in the world is perfect. And there's gonna be things we like and dislike. Do I miss any of the cool features from the TRD Pro in here? I wanna be able to tell you, yeah, well, I missed this, that, and the other thing. But to be honest with you, I don't miss a lot. Best driving experience I've had in a new gen Tundra right here. Do I feel like I'm missing anything with the truck at all? No. The brakes are better in this than they were in the iForce Max. I need someone to go in the comments and speak up on that if you agree. There are a lot of Toyota and automotive influencers that have driven both the iForce and the iForce Max. With the brake regen that you get with the hybrids, the braking just feels a lot different. Everything about the braking feels smoother here. People ask all the time about the iForce and the iForce Max engine. What's the real difference? The iForce Max is powerful right off the jump, but I think the regular iForce like this is more smooth and refined. And that is kind of the biggest difference there. But just the smooth braking, everything about the driving experience, it should always be about the driving experience with these trucks. Do you enjoy driving it down the road? Yes or no? And I care more about the stuff with the performance of the vehicle than the interior features like soft text, cooled seats, all that. This does not have cooled seats. This has heated seats. I never use the cool feature anyway, but these things are loaded up so nice. And you could get the SR5 how you want it, meaning you don't have to spend the $57,000 marker this truck was. You could go get, maybe you don't care about things like a big screen. You could go get the fabric seats and the 8-inch screen, and then you're going to start lowering your price into the low 50s. So it is possible. But this, I feel like, is the truck for me. I'm going to be in this a long time. I don't care what comes out. This is actually the new gen that needed to happen for me. Before this, I liked the new gen Tundra. I like some of the design features. I thought the iForce Max was a nice, powerful engine. But there was always something missing for me, and you could go back and watch videos of when I drove the Limited originally, and then the TRD Pro, and then the Capstone, and then we got our TRD Pro finally, and there's a lot of positives that came out of it. But this one has me excited to wake up and drive the vehicle every single day. This one has me ready to get out of work and get in the vehicle every day just to drive it. This one has me driving. I work a mile away from where I live at home, okay? I literally go on a 30 to 40 mile ride home just to drive this thing every day because it's so much fun to drive. So please do me a favor, and this is all I ask from this video. You're getting a lot of rambling. I just had pre-workout. It's bicep, tricep day. I'm feeling good, but I want you to do me one favor. If you're in the market for a new generation Toyota Tundra and you don't have your heart completely set on something, or even if you do have your heart completely set on something, I want you to go and test drive an SR5. if you don't use your back seat a lot, go test drive that SR5 double cab, because I'm telling you, the driving experience with this truck is top notch, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And this is the best new gen Tundra that I've driven yet, and I'm excited to say that I actually own this and I get to drive it every single day. So go check it out. Let me know what you think. My rambling is over. Do not discount the SR5 TRD off-road Tundra. No matter what you're into, give it a look. It is worth it. Until next time, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at TundraDude34, TundraDude34 at gmail.com. I thank you guys so much for watching.